that, for example, if you have two brands, if you have, for example, BB's Biltong and DD's Delights, or D's Delights, you could have different folders for them. If you're working, this morning we had a couple of designers actually on. I don't know if anyone here is a designer, and they were they work with different clients. So they're able to open folders for different clients. So that's number one. Number two, all your designs. That's where I find everything that I've ever worked on before. It's all sitting here. I try not to delete stuff just in case I have to go back and find it and rechange it or anything. I really do try and hold on to everything. What I need to be careful of when I do my training is that sometimes there might be something in my save stuff that's not very appropriate, but luckily it doesn't seem to be that way at the moment. Brand kits. Let's say, for example, I'm working with my client from Berwick Butchery, which you'll see over here. I know I keep their colors here, I keep their logo here, I keep their fonts here. I'm able to keep track of everything by looking at my brand kits. I never create teams. I'm a very selfish Canva user, and I don't want anyone else messing with my design. But if you're working in collaboration with someone, you can create a team and the two of you can work together. The next important thing is my uploads. That's where everything I've ever uploaded is sitting here. At the moment, I'm building a lot of pre-screening apps. So you'll see a lot of these QR codes and company logos, but everything I've ever loaded is in here. And eventually, about once every 2 or 3 months, I do go in here and I clear everything out from the beginning. So when you get started, the first thing I want to do up here in the top right-hand corner is create a design. Now, Laurie, you're still there?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes?
I don't mind if you're muted. You can pick one lucky recipient and we're going to do some work for someone to start.
Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Sue.
Sue. Where's Sue? Hello, Sue. Press your space bar, Sue.
Hi, Mike.
What would you like us to design, Sue?
A flyer.
A flyer that you're going to hand out?
Yeah.
One you can hand out. Do you have the dimensions for it? Is it going to be an A4?
A5.
A5 flyer. Okay, so the first thing I would do, if I don't know the size of A5, I pop over to Google, I put in A5 size, I press enter, and I see there that A5, show all 20 rows. I see that A5 is 148 by 210, so at least I've got the right dimensions. Are we doing it in portrait or landscape? Portrait's the one that stands up straight?
Yeah, portrait.
Okay. Portrait, okay, so we can go across here. So it's a custom design, and up, where's the width? A5, 148 by 210. The width is going to be 148. The height is going to be 210, and that is in millimeters. Create a new design. Okay, so that's going to be our flyer. And what are we designing?
A Sarabina poster to hand out at schools to advertise my game.
What's it called?
What's my game called?
Yes.
Shabbat Spiel.
Sorry?
Shabbat Spiel.
Shabbat Spiel. And what does Shabbat Spiel do?
Shabbat Spiel has 4 games in one box, and it basically it does a host of things. It's memory, word recall.
I'm going to assume for 1 second that Shabbat Spiel does not have its own logo. Okay. So before I even start, I'm going to go here and I'm going to create a logo for Shabbat Spiel.
Okay.
So you see I went to the top right, I clicked on logo, and there we have logos. So now I'm going to have a feeling, because it's a game, that Shabbat Spiel is, I wonder if there's something for Shabbat. Oh, look there, we found something. Shabbat Spiel. It's a game, it's a bit fun. Do we see anything we like? Okay, let's put 2. Okay, there are always 2. Or 2 candles. So the first thing, actually, I'll tell you why I'm going to take them off, is because I want to work with something I can change the colors in. So let's use something simple today, like that. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to add a name to it. So I'm going to go to text, and I'm going to type in Shabbat. Now, who asked me earlier? Was it Samantha? Asked me about fonts and colors. Samantha? Sue, how do you spell Spiel?
S-H-P-I-E-L.
S-H-P-I-E-L.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I make Shabbat Spiel in the same font as the one above, it kind of looks a bit boring. So what I'm going to look for is a contrasting font to the one above. So that one's nice and thick. This one, let's give it some swirl to it. No, don't like that one, a bit too hard to read. Let's try a nice thin font. So at least there we have a contrast between the 2 fonts. Okay, what colors do you like?
Blue, definitely.
Something with a bit more flair to it. Nice.
Maybe, yeah, two different colors of blue, like a royal blue and a pale blue.
Okay, so let's go there. It's got a nice royal blue for that one. A nice pale blue for that one. Pale blue is a little bit too light. Let's up it 1 color. Okay. And I'm actually going to let them overlap a little bit. And I'm going to position the Spiel just behind the Shabbat. And this little thing here will match in the same dark blue. So for want of anything better, I've now created the logo. Now, the very first thing I always tell people is that you should buy the Pro version. The Pro version has got one thing that above all else really does make it worthwhile. It has the ability to download transparent PNGs. In other words, when I click download over here, I have a choice of a PNG, a JPEG, or a PDF. Most people will simply go to JPEG. They'll download it, and then what they have is a white background with a blue with a blue logo. If I change that and I go to PNG and I download it as a transparent PNG, I'm going to show you the difference now. So now we have our logos. They're downloaded. We go back to our design. So we're doing our design. And you say it's about, I'm assuming that it's fun.
Sure.
Okay, so let's have a look first of all and see if we can find a nice background with the word Shabbat in it. I quite like the blue, but that blue might clash. Let's pop this one in there. I just want to show you something. You can see that I'm busy dragging it out. I can drag it to resize it. Other thing I can do is I can right click and I can set as background image. And then automatically it sets. If I don't like where it is, I need to click on it, go to crop, and then I can move it across. I want to show those 2 things, and I actually want to get a bit more of the bread in. of a new page. So what I can do with the background now is I can do multiple adjustments. I can blur it slightly. I can put it out of focus so that it's there, but it doesn't take away from what I want to highlight. Or I can leave that the same, and I can, for example, brighten it so that it becomes almost a translucent image. I can also do the transparency up there. And now the image is there, but it's kind of not there. Now remember, we made two logos.
Can I
If
ask
I
a
were to,
question?
sure, of course.
Is this only on the paid version that you can do this transparency, or is that also on the free version?
No,
What you do?
transparency is on the full version. The only thing you can't do is you can't download a transparent PNG.
Okay, but here, were you making it almost transparent by changing it to so translucent?
This
Is
button
that
here.
Yes. Is that on the? Is that on the?
That's on all the versions, on the free version as well.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Can I
Please,
also
anytime.
just ask,
Sure.
are you able to upload your own images?
Yes. Yes. Let me show you quickly. I'm going to do that for you right now.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, we're looking for an image. I'm going to go to free image downloads. I'm going to find a free image stock, like Pexels, for example, is a free image. And I'm going to type in Shabbat. I don't know whether they'll have it as well. Shabbat dinner. There we go. I like this one here, for example. Let's use one with a game. Although that's a dreidel, that's not really.
I want to ask a question. If I've taken my own photos, instead of using their photo library, can I add my own photo in? I assume
Absolutely. You take it on your phone?
Or if I've taken it on my camera and then I've downloaded the picture to my
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll do that for you now quickly. I'll show you. So first of all, let's say I find an image that I want. Let me just go back to Shabbat, sorry. Shabbat dinner. I want to use this image here. I hit the download button. Say thank you. I actually don't want to say thank you. Can you see how it's downloaded?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go back to the design page, which was that page there. And all I do is I pull it and I drag it into my own pictures. Oh, there it is. It's already uploaded. There it is. I click on it. Set as background, replace background. Click on the image. Let's make it a bit lighter, so it's just in the background. And there we have a new image. If I have my own image, then all I do is I open my my download folder. I find any image that I've downloaded. For example, here's one of someone writing. I do the same thing. I just drop it in there. I click on it, replace background. There we go. So whether it's your own image, a downloaded image, any image, you can work with all of them. Let's go, so I'm going to go back to that image. So we're going to use that image. Now, as I said earlier, we downloaded two logos. The first one was the PNG that didn't have a background to it. I want to show you the difference between being able to do a translucent background and not. When I click that, I can put it here in the corner, but no matter what it's going to do, no matter where I have it, it's going to have the white background. If I take the other file, which is the transparent PNG, and I now load that one, it now looks like it's part of the image. So there'll be times when you want it to have a white background. Let's make them the same size. There'll be times when a transparent background works for you, and there's times when you'll want a white background. I'll always say as much as possible, do everything with a transparent background. And if you want to make it stand out even a little bit more, what you can do is go into elements, create yourself a little block, pop the block behind the image. And I could even make that a bit transparent. Okay, but I'm going to take away the background. Oh, I didn't, I took away the wrong thing. So just a shortcut for everybody. Anytime you make a mistake and you want to go backwards, Control Z takes you backwards. There is also up here a back arrow and a forward arrow.
Oh, okay.
But it's just much faster for me to just go Control Z and Control Shift Z when I want to go in the other direction. Keyboard shortcuts really make life a lot easier. Okay, so we have our background, we have our logo. Now we want to say what we actually do. What does Shabbatspiel do?
Are you asking me?
Yes, give me a catch line.
Okay, well, I don't know what's...
How about, okay, let me come up with one, William. Click on that one. On that one. Did you see, all I did was I picked some contrasting fonts that work together. They've got a whole lot that they've put together. I just found that I wanted. Now these two, if I drag one, I drag the other. They're actually, if you look up there, they're grouped. I'm going to ungroup them so I can work on them separately. And I'm going to put here fun for the whole. Let's make it a bit smaller. Even smaller. Fun for the whole family. I could take that and even give it a bit of a twist. Take my family, up the size of it. Once again, I might go to colors. If I go here, I can find all the colors that I've used before are taken from the logo. Too light. Okay, so can you see fun for the part where it says fun for the fun, let's make it a bit bigger. And drag it out a bit. The fun for the whole is a little bit hidden. I want to make it stand out a little bit more. So here's a little workaround for you. Up here is a little button that says duplicate. I'm going to duplicate fun for the whole family. I'm then going to change its color to black. I'm going to slide it pretty close to that one. I'm actually then going to position it behind that. And then I'm going to use my mouse arrow keys just to give it a little bit of space. I find that it's a little bit too dark. I'll go to the transparency. Drop the transparency, move it in there. So all I've done is I found a way to make it stand out a little bit more. If you're not happy with the fonts, there's so many of them. Don't like family. Let's go to Caviar Dreams rather. No, it doesn't work for me. I like bold. Anton. Nah, boring. Bebus News, a very nice font. Up the size to 32. Fun for the whole family. Okay, everyone following?
Yeah.
Easy to do.
Yeah. just as a matter of interest,
Yes.
are you able to insert Hebrew writing on this program?
That's a very good question. More than likely, if I downloaded my own Hebrew font, it would do it. Let me just check the fonts quickly. Hebrew. You'd probably have to download a Hebrew font.
Okay.
And I'm certain that there are many. I'm not sure. This only giving me the translation in. It's not giving me the font.
There it's, what are all those
Sorry.
Hebrew?
They're all on the right. I'm not sure how to make it. If I click on it, I'm still getting the English.
No, I'm not meaning necessarily change the English, but just if you are able to insert Hebrew.
I hear you. I'm just not sure exactly how to. I think you'd have to install your own font.
Okay. Or transport from another program.
Something that you've already made in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Yes, you could do that, preferably with a transparent background.
Oh,
This one
okay.
looks like it might be Hebrew. I don't have a Hebrew keyboard, so.
And then
You know where to find fonts? So I'm listening.
I just want to know, when you're moving so quickly around, are you using a mouse or are you just using your keypad because you're so familiar with it?
My mouse.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll slow down. It's one of my faults is I'm so used to how fast I know everything that I just literally go there. Sorry, Karen. If you're looking for fonts, Font Squirrel's a great one. Let's even see if we've got a Hebrew font here. Hebrew. No, I think it'll have to come from another program.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let me go back to my. So now I'm busy designing this, and halfway through it, I can't actually decide if I like the background or not. I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh, I like what I do, but I'm not sure if I love it. So instead of starting again, and instead of destroying the whole thing, there's a little button over here called copy page. I'm going to click that, and underneath it, I'm going to create a copy of the page that I made up at the top. Now what I can do is I can go back to my backgrounds, go to my photos. I can take that photo. I can set, oh, this is the one we used in the end. Let me go to my uploads. I'll look at that one. Replace background. Drop the opacity down. So now what I can do is I can look at my two images together while I'm choosing myself which one I want. I can, for example, also take this and I can reverse the fonts. I can say, okay, let's make this one. Picture of Hebrew there, sorry. It is the handwriting fonts. Okay, I just want to show you one more thing quickly. When I created these two together, they're two separate things. So I need to get rid of the shadow first, then come back to my
Mark, if you group them and change the font.
No, it doesn't, unfortunately. I've tried that a million times only to find out that it doesn't. It changes the size perfectly and moves them around together, but it won't change both their fonts.
Font.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've learned that the hard way more than enough times. Oh, let's make this one a more plain font. And let's try family and something different, just for a, nah, it's terrible. Nah. By the way, handwriting fonts only work if you don't use capitals. This one doesn't even work without capitals. I'm not liking my choice of fonts at all. So I'm going to get rid of it. And start again. And you'll find you're doing this over and over and over until you find something you like. You will. I'm really starting to like the bottom picture more than the top one. So I'm going to kind of work with that one. Move that down a bit. I'm going to go to elements. And I'm going to look for games. Probably going to find all electronic games. What kind of games is Shabbat Spiel? Sue? She's missing. Sue? Press your space bar.
Sorry.
What kind of games?
It's a board game. It's two boards with spinners and 48 cards altogether, but the one game is played with 36 cards, and then the others are played.
For a board, I'm looking for a board game, for example.
Okay, yeah. So that's.
Cards, boards, dice.
No dice.
No dice. Any particular pattern?
The board.
Yep.
Okay, so it's got a circle on it. The boards have got a circle and divided into 6 segments with a different picture on each segment.
Six-segment pie, it's anywhere. Oh, not having any joy with this. 6.
That's because Shabbat Spiel is unique.
I can see that. But for want of something else, I'm going to use this one just for. Okay, so now I want to show you a little trick for those of you that use the advanced. If I want to make the Shabbat Spiel, this little thing stand out a little bit more, what I can do is go and create a new logo. I'm going to go and find that same element, and it'll usually be up at the top there in recently used. How's that? Decided not to save this one. Okay, let's get rid of that. Sorry. What did I 6 pi? I think I used when I found that one. That's the one there. So now what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take that same one that I want to use just now. I'm going to change its color to black. And I'm going to download it as a transparent PNG. Go back to my here's the one. I'm just going to drop this into my own images. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to make it the same size as the other one. I'm going to move its position backwards. I'm going to slide it across a little bit. And now I'm going to go back to my transparent, and I'm going to drop the transparency. So now what I've tried to do is to give the image a almost three-dimensional look, like it's standing up from the other one. So that's how it is without it. That's how it looks when you go to just a little bit more trouble, make a bit, put a bit extra effort into your design. You've got something like that. The big mistake that I find that people make when they're doing Canva, especially beginners, is they just simply put too much information on one page. They try and do everything. Your Facebook post or your flyer, you don't have to give them the price. You don't have to give them a million different things. You certainly don't have to explain the game to them. The whole idea of your post or your flyer is you want them to grab their attention so that they buy it from you. So all you want is the name of the game, your logo, maybe the price if you really feel you need to, and most importantly, how they can buy it or where they can contact you. Does that make sense to everyone? I'll take that as a yes. Because, I mean, that's one of the things I see all day long on Facebook is people who've discovered design for themselves, and they are trying, and I'm only too happy that they're trying for themselves, but they just tend to try and overdo it and put too much on the same piece. So I'm quickly going to just, we spoke just now about grouping, shift, group those two together. Now they're one image. I can make them a bit smaller. Use the purple lines to make sure everything is in the middle of where it needs to be. Let's say we finally finished making our Shabbat spiel. Now we need to download it. Simply click on the top there and decide what you're going to do with it. Are you sending it to the printers for printing, Sue, or are you going to run it off yourself?
I'll send it to the printers.
Okay, no problem. Printers like to receive a print-ready PDF, and they like to have crop marks. In other words, they need to know where to cut when they crop it for you. I only want page 2. That's when I've paid. I click download. And now I'm going to open this quickly. Now we have a print-ready PDF for your printer with trim, with bleed, with everything that he needs. And that's what makes Canva such an incredible tool, that you can do some of the most amazing stuff. You can resize everything. Now let's say I've finished this poster. I've sent it to the printer, and now I want to post it on Facebook. Facebook has completely different sizes. I just want to get rid of that first one, so we're just working with one. Facebook uses completely different sizes. And if I was in any other design tool, I'd have to go and start all over again. But what I can do is I can hit the resize button up at the top there. I can click Facebook post, and I can copy and resize. I can create a new one that's now going to be the right dimensions for Facebook.
Oh, and it automatically resizes it into the correct size for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. It makes it the size that you want.
Amazing.
I might have to do is I might have to change some of the elements myself. But it will actually give me I now have a Facebook post. So I'll do that once again. Now I want to post this on Instagram, for example. There's an Instagram post. Copy and resize. And it's now a square for Instagram. Move everything around that I need to. So what you can do is you can start developing some real brand identity by using the same things over and over again. And another way you might, for example, use brand identity, so I'm going to delete this quickly, is you might create, I'm listening.
Oh, okay, finish this, and then I want to ask you something else about a different formatting size.
Okay. What I can say to you is that when you're doing something, for example, if I like this, I can save this. I can call this Shabbat Spiel. templates.
So I want to know, where does it save it? Does it save it on like Canva in the cloud, or does it save it downloaded onto your computer?
Well, if I save it, it saves in Canva the cloud. So if I click File, Save, now anytime I go to my own designs, I'll find them there.
Okay,
So if I
but does,
refresh,
okay, but does Canva give you a limited space, or is it just open-ended that you can keep on posting stuff?
well, if I tell you that I haven't, and if you see what's on mine, this is the stuff that I've, and I haven't even come close to hitting any kind of limit. It seems to be completely unlimited.
Okay, well, that's great. That's great to know. Okay.
Yes. But you can also, to be safe, you can download each one of your designs for yourself. So I'll go back to the one I was using.
Sorry, Mike, please can I ask a question?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Sarah, I can hear you.
I was asking, where do you click so that you get the right dimensions for the different social media platforms? Which button is it on the top left? I
On the
didn't
top,
quite
the one
see.
there called resize. Can you see where my
Oh,
ping?
resize. Yes,
Resize,
yes.
yes.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks so much.
Okay.
In
So
the kitchen.
the really nice thing about them is that they've got almost every size that you can imagine, from a brochure to desktop wallpaper, to postcards, to book covers, to ebook covers. Their list is almost endless.
Okay, so I want to ask you, okay, so is that a YouTube thumbnail? Like if I wanted to like add a photo into something that I've made a video of, is that what I'd go to, YouTube thumbnail?
Yeah. So I'm going to go quickly back to my all designs, create a design, and I'm going to type in YouTube. I want to see what it comes up with for YouTube. Here we are. YouTube channel art, YouTube display ad, YouTube icon, YouTube thumbnail, YouTube video ad, YouTube intro. Everything.
I just want to put a photo, like I've got a very good photo that I want to dump into a short video, but I want to, because this is easier to do text this way or add something onto the photo and then dump the photo into YouTube. So how do I make that YouTube size? What would it be called? Because I don't know the difference between.
YouTube thumbnail. There we are. YouTube thumbnail.
Is that what it is?
Do you want to do a full YouTube video, like a picture that you're going to add to your videos?
Yes, just dump it in so it's the right size. Is that what it is? A YouTube thumbnail?
Go to create design and click on video.
Yes.
That'll give you 1920 by 1270. I think that's the right size. Resize 1920 by 1080. That's the dimension you need.
And that's just one frame from the video. Is that what it is?
So let's say, for example, I've made a video. Let me even use an example. I'm doing a video on how to make challah.
Okay.
So I'll go search for a challah video. Here's one over here. I can put my challah video. So I'm just resizing it quickly. And I reach a particular image. And I'm just going to download. I don't want a video, I want a PNG. Download. And that'll be the right size frame for me to then. Oh, it's downloading as a whole video. Oh, no, it shouldn't be. Oh, there we are, PNG. Okay, take that out. Slide my own little frame in there. Set as background. Add my logo. You want to do your titling here?
Oh, sorry, Mark. What I wanted to say is that I've got a friend who's got a birthday and I want to make him a very short video. So I wanted to take a photo of him that I have, just say happy birthday on it, and then add that photo to the short video. That's where I was coming from. That's what I'd like
That's
to know.
exactly what you're going to do here.
Okay.
Making color with Mark said what? Where is the picture of this guy?
On my camera. On my camera, which I can download to my computer.
Okay, so then you'll drop it in here.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. Let's for fun. Let's make your friend his video, the picture you want in his video.
Yes. So which one do I, on this drop-down menu, what would I click on? That's what I'm.
Because I wouldn't. Okay, you can see. Can you see there behind? It's 1920 by 1080.
Yes.
Right. So I'm actually going to make a custom dimension one, 1920 by 1080. I've created the picture.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to go find a picture of your friend. I'm going to go to my PC, go to my own PC, and I'm going to go find a picture that I've downloaded. Okay. This happens to be your friend, just by the way.
Okay, fine. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
holding it, and I'm just dropping it there anyway in Canva. Drop it.
Oh, anywhere by downloads into image.
Anyway, by downloads. In fact, as you drag it, it'll automatically go to downloads. You don't even have to worry about that. I'm setting that to the background image. And now we want to say happy birthday to him. I'm going to go to the text. I'm going to find something that I think will work. Oh, there's even a happy birthday.
Great.
I'll click on happy birthday. I'll decide where I want to place it. I don't want to obscure his face, so I'm going to put it over there. Not standing out enough, so I'm going to put a second one. I'll put it backwards. I'll make the color black. I'll move it around a bit just so that, I accidentally only made the, sorry, I managed to reverse my colors. Control Z. But you follow me, I won't finish the whole.
Yes. Okay. And then I can save this, what you're doing, as almost as a photo, and then I dump that photo into the beginning of a video for my friend.
Exactly. And how are you making the video?
I filmed it. So
Okay, and
I've got the video.
How are you going to edit the video?
Well, I don't have to edit it. I just want to drop in like a nice pic of him with happy birthday.
But that requires some kind of editing. So how are you going to drop the pic in?
Okay, I've already got that. I've got like this freebie software, so I can do that.
Okay, so this is a picture. You're happy with it?
Yes, so that's what I don't know how to do is to...
Okay, I'm going to download it. I always download as PNGs. They're much nicer than JPEGs. I'm simply going to download it. And now it's here. It's in my folders. If I show in folder, I'll go to my download folders. Downloads. There it is.
And it will always go to your downloads.
Well, yeah, I've set all my downloads to go to a folder called downloads. That's up to you where you set it. But
Okay.
I think by default, it will go to downloads. But what you can also do now is you could go start again. You can go create a design. You can create a video.
Okay.
I can go to my birthday. I can just drop it in there to make sure it's one of my images. I can add it here. Set as background image. I can add a new page. Remove that. Go to my uploads. I just want to find a video quickly. I'm just using any video. I can drop a video into my uploads.
Oh, so can you join it here in Canva? You could join them two together.
I can put this one on
Okay,
the
thanks. I
side.
didn't know this.
Sorry, let me just close that. So this background video. So now I've got that. I click download. It's an MP4 video. Click download. These do take a little bit longer, or this one might be quite quick. There's almost nothing that you can't do on Canva at the moment. The only restriction I've found so far is you can't add your own music.
But if the video has music or sound, that gets saved as well.
Yes, it does.
In
Yeah, as long as you've got sound on it already.
Okay, great.
Here's our video that we just made, I think. I didn't save the second one. Sorry, my bad. I didn't save both pages, but you can edit it here as well.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else want to know about any particular kind of design? Hello?
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Hi, Sarah.
Can you make like interactive sort of flyers so that if you send it to someone and they click somewhere on the flyer, it maybe like leads them to like a different landing page or something?
Okay, the only thing you can do that is if you create a PDF with a link in it.
Okay.
Images are not clickable. So, and how do you want to send it?
Say via email, maybe, for example.
Okay.
So, for example, let's say you're doing a MailChimp campaign and you wanna have it in a flyer format, but you want to have some sort of a call to action to say click here, and then it'll take them to wherever. Is that possible?
Okay, so what I would do then, as knowing MailChimp, first of all, I'd go to MailChimp and work out what size I actually need. So let's say, for example, it happens to be a square. And I know that a logo is square. And we're advertising, what are we advertising? What's your campaign about?
Say like maybe a picture of a survival kit, for example.
Survival kit.
Yeah.
What's in the survival kit?
It's reusable face masks, sanitizers, a safety card, and some wipes. And well, all of them are in a bag. All those single items are in like a bag.
I'm going to use one of these images just because it's here.
Okay.
So let's say that's our image, set as background image. Let's say that was your kit.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would then, I'd go to elements and I'd look for click. I'm looking for something that really shows a click. put it up there. Details. Now, I would simply download this as a JPEG or a PNG,
Mhm.
and then I would make the entire image clickable in MailChimp.
Okay.
You know how to do that?
Nope.
When you click on the image itself, when you click on the image, the little, you know what the link arrow looks like? The link button looks like?
Yes, yes. It's like two chains together.
Exactly, two chains, yes. Just click on the two chains and you can add it there. That's how I would do it. I'd put the call to action on the image. I'd build that as the image.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would make the entire image clickable, not just the little area where it is.
Okay, cool. All right, great. Thank you so much.
The first thing is know what size you want to build in. Once you know what size you want to select a background. Once you've got the background, put your call to action. Keep your images as clean and neat and open as possible. They're not documents. Images are not documents, and that's where people often get confused. Hello, David Zardel, who's like this. Don't confuse your images with, even when you're doing Facebook call to action, an image, a couple of words, a call to action, it's perfect.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Mike said.
And by the way, if you don't like where it is, you just join the two together like that, click group, move them into one group, and then put them in the middle so they look really nice and clean.
Mike, if you've got an image that you've saved and you want to now put it into a different social media platform, for instance,
Yeah.
can you then resize it once it's been saved to another size?
So you can resize the original. You can't resize what you've saved. So so for example, this is I'm going to call this my COVID kit.
Mark, I just turned my mic on now. I just wanted to say hi, not ignoring you. Thanks. I joined late. Sorry about that.
How's it?
How's it?
Now I've saved this because I thought I wanted it for Square because I thought it was going to go on Instagram. And I come back 2 days later and I realize I want that same image in a different size. I'll find it under my designs.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for it to load because obviously it's. So for example, let me use the happy birthday one as an example. Oh no, that was the video. There's our design. And now I decide I want to use it for something else. Now I want to use it for Instagram or a Facebook header or something, a Facebook post. I click on Facebook post and I always copy and resize. I don't just resize. I don't want to lose my originals. I don't mind how many I've got. I copy and resize. I can make this a little bit bigger because it's now in Facebook, not in, and I've got a Facebook version of it. The most complicated thing to make, and this comes up each time, is to make a Facebook header for your Facebook page, because Facebook has very strange sizes to it. So what you need to do is you need to create a template. I'll have to find mine. Oh, keep a lot of stuff. Search your designs, Facebook. If you're going to design Facebook headers, you need to really get the size right. And the correct size for a Facebook header is a very unusual one. It's 820 by 461. But the problem with that is that Facebook headers look different on mobiles as they do on desktops. And this area here where I've put the gray, that's the only safe area that there is. So when I create a Facebook header, what I do is I will use the whole thing to design in, but anything I want people to see and read, I only put inside the gray area, if that makes sense. Nod, Laurie.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
I'm here.
No, I'm just kidding, but I'm saying that's one of the tricky things that a lot of people are using Canva to design Facebook headers that just really aren't working. So if, for example, I'm designing a Facebook header for something in particular, I might go to photos, ideas. If something looks like a really good idea, that one there. Set background. Get rid of that little block. I'm going to leave the gray block in here while I'm working. I'm going to adjust this one. I'm going to crop it. I'm going to move it up.
Mm.
And
You
then
have
I'm
to
going
fiddle around with it so it's not cut
yes,
off.
I'll go to my downloads, my own uploads. Go through 1 million uploads that I've done recently. As you can see, that really there's just like no restriction to how much you can save and keep, and I don't want to just ask Mark. No, Mark said what? If I wasn't so lazy, I'd keep things in folders and I wouldn't have to keep searching. Let's just ask Mark. I can put it there. Now I know, because I've left everything inside, I can get rid of that gray block now. And I've now created a Facebook. I can look at that image over there. Oh, that's my background. I can't change that. Just want to quickly show you something. Photos. Oh, it's a photo. It's not an element. If it was an element, I could actually change the color as well. I could change that yellow to match my prop. And then I can save that and I can use it for my Facebook banner. I can use it as Facebook post, anything that I like. Canva just, it's almost limitless what you can do with it. Just play with it, make lots of mistakes. If I don't like that background, I can say, oh, I don't want that background. I think I prefer this background here. Pop it in. Replace background. Do I like that one? Yes, I do. I think that's much nicer. I want to crop it. I want to move it. Just not big enough, this image.
Okay. So Mark, I just want clarity. You're saying because this is a photo, I couldn't, like, let's say, make that shiny light a bright orange light. Because it's a photo, I'm stuck with the colors. Is that what you're saying?
Unfortunately, you can't change. There is a certain amount of change you can make, but you'll change the whole image. I'll show you now quickly. Let me just resize it. Back to my 100%. Get rid of my logo. So there are some changes I can make to it. I can click on the photo and I can go to adjust. And I, for example, can adjust the brightness. if it's a color picture, I could have changed the amount of saturation. But there is also a button called Effects. And I can look at some maybe stranger ideas. So for example, like look at how it looks in purple. Or yellow and blue. You know, if I can find a color that matches, but it's not Photoshop. I can't change a particular part of it. But if it was a element, I'm going to find a nice colorful element.
Well, even that one of the feather, it's white, but I could make it red. Is that
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
So I can take this and I can say, oh, I really like this globe, but I find the colors extremely boring. So that light blue over there, I want to make that black. That yellow, it's a bit of a wishy-washy yellow. I want to make it a bit brighter. I can even...
Okay.
That's one of my favorite features, actually. How you can change an image.
Yes, you can change how the image looks. And then I can go to all the blue and I can say, let's make all the blue lights, or what works nicer, maybe that blue. So you can certainly change any color that's
Okay, I want to ask you something else. If I've got a photo, almost like on my happy birthday example, and it's a photo I've taken, but now I want to blur the background so the people in the front stand out. Is that possible to do?
yeah, but not in Photoshop.
No,
Sorry,
I mean, not in Canva.
Not in Canva.
Okay.
But if you send it to me, I'll do it for you with pleasure. You see, you need to be able to mask. You need to be able to mask out that person and then blur the rest. So unfortunately, no, you can't do that. Canva's not powerful when it comes to manipulating images. It's great for design.
Okay, thanks. At least it's giving me ideas. Thank you.
Anyone else busy with any particular designs that I can help them with?
Mike, if I can jump in, I'm not sure if it's related to this, but on one of your earlier things, I don't know if it was this, you introduced yourselves and you showed like a computer, and then there was an animation in the computer. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, okay.
It was cute.
I do that in Premiere Pro, in proper video editing software.
Okay.
It's a little trickier to do. So there are some things you can do in, let's say, for example, let me go quickly to elements. And let's do a phone. So, for example, anything that you see here with that particular image.
Yeah.
Right. So now what I could do here is I can go there, then I can go to videos, and I can do swimming. I can look for a video of someone swimming. Let's say I've got this video of my child swimming. I can put that in there. And I can crop it. I can make it the main feature.
So Mike, when you download that, will it play?
Yeah, you'll download it as a video.
Sure.
So, I mean, I can create that kind of thing, not quite on the level where, like I can with PowerPoint. Let's go back to Elements and do laptop. I keep hitting the, I don't know if there's a laptop with that same feature. Let me try to spell laptop right, that'll also help. There we go, there's a So
when you say with that feature, does it have to have that image thing in it?
Yes, it must have that image thing for it to be replaceable.
Okay.
And you'll find lots of them. Like, in fact, if you go to elements and you click on grids and you see all, that's where you'll see all the different grids and the placeable ones that you can do.
Right.
So now I can go here, I'll go back to video. In fact, I can upload my own if I want to. So let's do that color bake one. I can pop that in there. I can set a nice background. There's my backgrounds. Let's put a picture. Photo. Shabbat. And now
That is so cool.
yeah, I've created more or less the same.
I mean, that is just phenomenal.
And at the same time, I can also go to music. Unfortunately, Canva has very limited music. It's one of the but let's put this in anyway. Let's put some nostalgic piano in.
Mike, do you know what it is with music and copyrights? Like you can't just use any music or?
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got to use unlicensed music or licensed music that you license to use. So what Canva's done, all this music you can use free.
Okay.
And another thing you can do is you can go to YouTube. And you can actually search YouTube for music. So I want to teach you just a little trick here that I learned today in the previous session. Warning. I'll get rid of that one. So let's say I want to use this particular music from, it's a bit too long. I need something shorter. If there's some music that you want to use, let's look at a Queen song. I want to break free. Let's say I want to use a particular piece of music that is licensed. You know how to download stuff from YouTube?
YouTube downloader.
Yeah, there are a couple of them. So you just need to be able to download the. Let's see if I can quickly download this one. I'll show you a quick workaround if I can download this video. Maybe, in fact, I wonder if I haven't got something with music on it already, but I can just show you this quick workaround. If I want to change the music, I just want to get rid of this. So I'm deleting it. If I want to change this music to something that I want, I can download a video with it on. Let's find a quick video that's got music on it. Where's Guddy?
If I've videoed something with someone in a concert, but I don't want the visuals, but I want that music, and the people who I videoed gave me permission to use that music, could I add the music in here if it's music I've already got to add to a picture or a text or something that I'm making?
Okay, so the answer is actually yes and no, and I'm going to explain why. Remember the fact, did the person did they produce the music themselves?
They were playing the musical instrument, whether it was the violin or the piano or the guitar.
What song was it?
Oh, is that an issue?
Yeah, so I mean, if that song itself was licensed, you might have a problem. So I'm trying to show you something. I want to change the music to this. So I'm going to go to my uploads and I'm going to download something that I know has got the piece of music that I want on it. I'm going to add it to my uploads. I'm going to add this to the video. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm actually going to take the opacity right off. It's not going to be there. Only the music's going to be there. So everything's kind of got a workaround. You can work around it, but David, just be careful. Try and, wherever possible, use free to use music.
How do I know which is free to use?
You must get it from free to use sites. You must use. So, for example, I use a site. I've got so much open at the moment. I need to close a bit. Let me just so I can get to it. I use a site called Epidemic Sound, where I pay them a subscription in order to use their music. But if you go to YouTube and you search for royalty-free music, a whole lot will come up that you can use. So here are music for content creators.
Great, thanks.
So if I would look for my music on places like this. The really free copyright safe music. That's really what you're looking for. Okay, I hope that helped.
Thank you.
Anyone in particular with a question?
I have another question.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, great. Let's say, using that happy birthday example, if I have a photo of my friend that I want to put in an email, and I know how to do a hyperlink, so I can make that photo then a hyperlink to the video, but I don't know how to put that like play arrow so people will know that the photo can be played. Do you know what I mean? You know that like video play button. How does one do that?
So when they click on the picture, you know how to make it work.
Yeah, I know how to make it work, but I don't know how to, but I'll be emailing it to people who won't know that it's clickable. So I know how to make it clickable, but if I could get that arrow, you know, as if it were a video, but it's actually just the photo, which has now got a hyperlink to it. So how do I put that like?
One of those.
Yes, one of those. I don't know how to do that. Yes.
So you just go to Elements.
Yes.
Click on it. Put it there. Change it to white, for example. You could even drop the opacity slightly so it looks more like a thing. Go to my text. I never assume anyone knows anything. Play. Drop the opacity down as well. Save the picture, add the hyperlink, and off you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So it's just that simple. So I don't have to download the sign. It's all already there, and I just put it together. That's all I do.
Almost everything you want is already on Canva. And if you don't like that one, if you want to go to something else, go back to Elements.
No. I understand that. And now to get it, as you've done it like this, into my email, can I just copy and drag it, or do I have to save it to download and then pick it up again?
You download it as a PNG, for example, PNG file. Only page 1. Go away. Download it. Now I'm teaching you one little trick before you all go away today. Here is your file. Show in folder. I'll show you my folder here.
Okay, it's off the screen.
I brought it on.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Data modified. There's my click to play.
Okay,
As you can see, it's a very big file. 1.925 is very big for an email.
okay,
It's going to make my email very slow, or it's even going to get blocked. So I go to a little site called tinypng.com, which is an absolutely free site.
okay,
And I take that click to play and I drop it into a little box there. And I let tinypng do its thing. You can see it's busy doing its little number for me. It's compressing the file, which is what I want it to do. And it's now reduced its size by 61%.
okay.
And I can simply download that, which you'll now see. I'm going to bring back my folder. I've now got, it's actually busy downloading. Data modified. Oh my God.
Sorry, Mike, while you're busy there, can I ask, is there a tiny PDF? Seeing that there's tiny PNG.
No, but there are ways to reduce. Are you making, are your PDFs too big?
Yes.
So here's another one of my favorite little sites. You can try this one. It's called 123apps.com. And 123apps.com has got some amazing free tools. You can edit and cut video here. You can cut sound. You can change sound. It's also got a whole lot of PDF tools.
Okay, great. Thanks so much.
PDF tool. You can split, merge. Here's compress. There we are. Reduce the size of your PDF. I didn't even know it was there.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Go to 123apps.com. Click on the PDF. Go to compress PDF. Choose the file, drop in. It's probably got a drop and drag as well. And reduce the size of your PDFs.
Oh, I see they even have like a URL thing happening there. Okay, great. Thank you.
They got everything. Those that are here, I can tell you everything you want actually sitting there on the internet for free.